Ashe. So we give thanks and we welcome everyone. I welcome everyone again who is live. I've been here chit-chatting away already. And I wanted to wait and give people time. So greetings to everybody who's tuned in live. Greetings to everyone who's tuned in as a replay, watching this as a replay. There has been a word in my spirit all morning already. Oh, Humetta said that was her cousin. That was my cousin who was from Korea. Ashe, give thanks. There's been a word that has been dropped in my spirit this morning. It feels heavy, but it feels light. I don't know how else to explain it, but let's get into it while the word is clear. We give thanks for this moment in time to come together as like minds, to do the work to raise our consciousness to divine level, acknowledging that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. We are divine beings having a human experience. We honor this human experience, and we honor the fact that we are these spiritual beings that is meant to walk this walk, talk our talk, in honor of ourselves being a vessel of the works of God that manifest as our own individual vessels. We also honor that this is a collective. This is a collective of individuals that is here to live out only one truth. Here to live out only one truth. We give thanks for the clarity around what that truth is. We give thanks that no matter what has been put against it, no matter what has been put in our journeys to hide the truth from us, to get in the way of us truly understanding the truth, we give thanks that we've been able to push past that and be able to hear the truth, see the truth, experience the truth, and live that truth. We speak now that we will all walk in the truth, walk in the truth, and be us at our highest capacity. We give thanks for that. And we give thanks for everything to come that will come from it. We give thanks for the healing of our own vessels. We give thanks for the healing of our families because of the healing of our own vessels. We give thanks for the abundance. We give thanks for the opulence, for the beauty, for the fruit. We give thanks for all of the lessons, all of the blessings that's to come from us really accepting grace by accepting truth and walking in it. Ashe, 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 oh, amen. Amen, 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 amen. I am convicted to know that if you tune in to these sessions on Sundays, if you watch these as a replay, you resonate with truth. You resonate with truth. And I'm grateful for that. I am really grateful for that because there's been so many different things that has been placed in that has come about, let's say it like that has come about in our human experience that could really have us confused about what truth is, that can have us subtly resisting grace by having us believe that carnal things, the things of the world give us that grace, give us that solace, give us that peace, give us that abundance. But we give thanks for truth, and we give thanks for all those things that help lead us to the truth, that help lead us to the truth. We give thanks for that. So as I was saying, as I was speaking just before I started the recording, I just been thinking this morning about how distracted we can be and how it is a must for us to make sacrifice. You know, we have to make sacrifice. And the distractions can be subtle or they can be great. But oftentimes that distraction, especially the subtle distraction, can be ego. It can be ego. Ego can have us very distracted. Ego wants us to be excited. Ego wants us to be sad. Ego wants us to be mad. Ego wants us to be resentful. Ego wants to be heard. Ego wants to be respected. Ego wants to stand up for itself. Ego wants to control. Ego wants to control. Ego wants to know the how, the what, the when, the where. Ego wants vengeance. Ego desires validity. Ego desires to be comforted. I'm speaking of ego, and we all have it. It walks with us. It walks with us. And I say often, let us not get caught in that narrative, kill the ego, you know, or, you know, we gotta die. We gotta die. We gotta die to the ego. What those things have truth to it, more so the die to ego. But all is God. Let us be clear. That is a truth that remains. All is good, all is God, all is divinely ordered. It's all meant to be. The necessity is that I will continuously say in so many different ways is for us to raise up everything in our divine consciousness, even when it comes to our ego. Because our ego can be strong. It can give us strength sometimes. It can be that thing that pushes us when we don't have the will. That ego can. But let us make sure it is for the will of the Almighty, not our will. Let thy will be done. Not my will. Not my will, God's will. When your earnest desire is to live the will of God, is to do the will of God, when that's your earnest desire, everything will be raised up. But that means you have to make sacrifice. In order for you to even be in a space where you can be clear about the will of God on your life. For you to be able to hear what's the will of God in different situations and dealing with different things, you have to make sacrifice. And oftentimes that sacrifice are distractions. Distractions. I'm gonna allow the teacher side of me to invite you all to go ahead, call the distractions out. The distractions that you know. Somebody said I was in their journal. Somebody said you in my journal this morning. I'm in several people's journals, if not all of ours. Call the distractions out. What are the distractions that keep you from being still enough, quiet enough, in a space enough for you to be able to hear the will of God in your life? So for you to be able to hear the will of God in that situation. Distractions could be comfort zones. Distractions could be music. Distractions could be things that you choose to indulge in as soon as you wake up in the morning. Distractions could be the friend you always call on when it get a little hot and you get in the fire. What are those distractions in your life? These distractions, when you decide, when you realize, when you acknowledge what these distractions are, I urge you, make sacrifice. Sacrifice them. A lot of times those distractions are in your comfort zones. I can't say that enough. And you know, this discipline, devotion, sacrifice was something channeled maybe in 2019. I can't remember the OU's membership. You all can possibly remember when that, it might've been 2020. Discipline, devotion, sacrifice. We have been called to engage in discipline, devotion, and sacrifice for the last few years. Discipline, devotion, sacrifice has always had its place, but specifically in these last few years, because of the cosmic atmosphere, if you desire to, as the word say, get caught up to meet them in the air, if you desire to really experience what is on the horizon, what is right here in the now, available to be experienced, which is heaven, you must be disciplined, devoted, and make sacrifice. The time is now for you to feel worthy enough not to allow distractions to move you away from your clear desire to go higher. Who am I speaking to? So nobody in the chat room. I don't got nobody in the chat room telling me what your distractions are. So I'm the only one that's distracted. I guess I'm the only one. I'm the only one that deal with distractions in life. I know I'm not. I know I'm not. Let it be known. Work, control, fear, needing to know. That's a distraction. It's a distraction. It's a clear distraction. Anxiety. You know what anxiety is? Anxiety is worrying about the future, which is unknown, which is ultimately an illusion. Being out of my comfort zone, trying to figure it out on my own. Other people's energy, people watching, ooh, other people's opinions, social media, wanting to feel externally seen and heard, control and food, family, control, changes of plans, control, who, fear, failure, feeling lonely, high up, you get control, people pleasing, judgments, too focused on what it looks like right now. Come on, sis, you better be clear. My health isn't even the distracted, the health, the body. Sometimes you're in a place where your health may be the prevailing problem in your life. God wants you to push past that. The fear of my body not healing and seeing the body healed and speaking it and leaning on your true power. The only true power we have. The only true power we have is our ability to decide to trust and have faith, believe, proclaim, affirm, and walk in truth. Walk in what you are affirming over your life. Walk in what God has revealed to you as your highest. Walk in what God has revealed to you as what is in your life, what is meant to be in your life. If wellness is meant to be in your life, accept it. Accept that wellness and wholeness is meant to be in your life, and then speak it, talk it, walk it, behave it as if that's your truth, and be in it. But that's going to make discipline, devotion, and sacrifice a necessity. Somebody said Amazon shopping, finances, past traumas. So let me just take one or a couple of past traumas, because that can really be a distraction. You got to discipline yourself, meaning you have to discipline your mind, where you're not just allowing your mind to just take you on these roads of thinking about it, mulling over it. You got to devote yourself to the healing work that it takes to release the hold that past experiences have on your mind, because the only reason why past experiences stay with you is because they stay in the mind. And then your ego loves it. Oh, your ego love it. Remember that time when you remember that, and oh, this happened, that. Now you feel sad, and now you feel mad, and now you feel all that all over again. When it's not even a reality anymore. Once it's happened, it is gone. This is a new day, a new moment. But a lot of times you don't want to let go because you are afraid that means that person is right. You are afraid that that person will get away with it. You are afraid that you will get that. That means if I let go, and if I let it go, which is the true definition of forgive, to fully let it go. If I let go, then I'm vulnerable. Then I'm weak. Then it can happen to me again. Really? So it's a necessity for you to realize, okay, when I make sacrifice, when I discipline myself and devote myself to making sacrifice, meaning I'm going to sacrifice my hold on to past traumas. I'm going to sacrifice my tendency to shop. And when I know I have goals when it comes to my currency, when I know I want to channel my currency in a different type of way, I'm going to sacrifice my comparison to other people. I'm going to sacrifice social media for my bigger picture. When you decide that you're sacrificing it for the purpose, the divine purpose of your life totally, I think maybe it is the case that we have been so distracted with the trees of the forest that we don't see the totality of what I'm calling the forest. In this sense, I'm using that analogy as our destiny is the forest. These occurrences on the journey to allowing us to come into our destiny are the trees. And so we attach to the trees. We're attaching to those things. Instead of looking at it, this is the forest, the destiny. What is my destiny? That's why I'm always encouraging you. See yourself in your highest state. See yourself in where spirit is always pushing you and making you feel grateful, but you're not quite satisfied. And that's your highest self always pushing you. See yourself there and always remember that. And then on this journey, you gotta be disciplined. Is this gonna serve my greatest good? If it's not, then you need not to be doing it. Point blank, period. Is this in alignment with who I desire to be? Lord, help us not knowing that that's what we already are. And we're limiting God every time we decide to not be who we already are. Because we're stuck in who we think we are. Or that version of ourselves that situations have had us to be. I encourage you all, the word for this morning. And I say it so passionately because I pray that when I say things like we are in a quantum leap time of the potential to experience the very best of this life, or the absolute positive, what people would consider to be worse. And it's all in alignment with where we are, what level of discipline we have, what we are devoted to, and what sacrifices are we willing to make. I'm willing to sacrifice my tendency to have a plan, to make it all work, to put forth my best foot forward and effort. I'm willing to make that sacrifice, and it's hard. What you mean, Queen? It's hard for you to relax? Yes. It's hard for me to take my hands off of it. Sometimes. It's hard many times. Let me be honest. It's hard for me to, that's been my life. I've been conditioned to believe that it's what you do. You know, you got to work hard and you have to put your best foot forward and you got to figure it all out and you got to know what it is and you have to study and you have to work and you have to put this and you have to do that and you have to do that. I've been conditioned to believe that. Any supervisor I ever worked for, they consider me the workhorse. It wasn't until I heard somebody actually say that about me and I wasn't in the room that felt terrible. I'm not a workhorse. I just like to do my best. And to me, my best means give it all, pour it all out, go hard, grind it out, overnighters, early in the morning, stress about it, worry about it, talk about it, write about it, draw about it, do everything about it until you figure it all out and it come out wonderful. Yes, that's a sacrifice for me not to do, especially with God, with what God is putting in my hands right now in this day and age. But everything in me, all of my highest mind is telling me you have to learn how to release it, let go, and let God, all of it. Cease all personal efforts and rest, knowing that it is the Father's will being done in your life. That indwelling divine intelligence, that indwelling purpose, that indwelling destiny, that indwelling, it is that will that's being done through you. Will you let go and let it be? All I need you to do is be still and know, listen for the guidance, be obedient, then rest assured. Excuse me? But all you telling me to do is send an email. All you telling me to do is hike. All you telling me to do is take care of my health. All you telling me to do is relax. Oh, I'm getting guided. I'm getting all this guidance and pushing me to do that's what you want me to do. Wait a minute, but I need to do this, and this, and this. That's a sacrifice for me. It's hard. But what I find out when I disobey, the ramifications come. And in my case, I'm just giving my testimony. In my case, it could be from a waste of a loss of money, a loss of time, a loss of wellness. But it's always something where I'm, for lack of a better word, losing out instead of gaining how I think I'm gaining because I put my hands back on it. Because I put my mind back on it. Because I put my time back on it. Now, that's just my lesson. That's just my lesson. It could be yours because it's a collective consciousness going on. It's a collective shift happening right now. It's a collective stir up, wake up call. And mine, I have been saying for weeks now, I think it's the message is appropriate for everybody. It is time for everybody to chill out. We have lived in a state of inflammation, combustion for years. And now is the time for us to simmer down the flame, relax and receive. Build your foundation in faith, build your foundation in knowing, build your foundation in God, and allow. And listen, the only way that we can do that is to be disciplined, write it down, devoted, and make sacrifices. Oh God, I see it. I see it and I feel it when people are in a space where God is screaming to them. Screaming to them. Be more disciplined, baby. Be more devoted. Take your sacrifices seriously. And oh my, trouble that they attract. Trouble that they attract. And you know what's so sad is ego will have them feeling like, ego will have them in the trouble and not even feeling it. Ego will have them feeling like it's normal. It's almost like, you know, I talk to sometimes elders come by with different ailments or different things like that to the marketplace, and they start talking to me, and I, you know, they want to know, well, what can I do? And I'll ask them, I'll say, well, what you got going on emotionally? What you got going on in the mind? What you stressing about? And they feel taken aback. Like, why she asked me this? What they got to do with knee pain? What they got to do with, you know, this scar or this patch of skin, this patch of itchy, scaly skin right here? That's the root. There's a spiritual and emotional cause to everything that we experience in the physical. And so I start asking them that, and they have to sit and think. And almost every person, every elder who I talk to, they'll say, honey, that's just life. That's just life. And I say to them, it's not life though. You don't have to live life stressed. You don't have to live life worried. You don't have to live life, but if I don't worry about it, somebody got to worry about it. See, that's where you mess up. We get audacious to believe it's us that's supposed to worry about it. No, we are supposed to submit, seek guidance, obey, then rest. And I have a feeling that rest for us, that's the main sacrifice for us, is that tendency to not rest, tendency to try to take control. Am I right? I don't know. I just got a feeling that that's our biggest sacrifice right now. We want to do it our way. We want to do it our way. And we're comfortable with doing our way. Because sometimes figuring out how to be in a space where you can hear God is uncomfortable. Sometimes you not listening to your ego is uncomfortable, because your ego can say, I want this, or that's going to be comfortable for me. That's going to be right for me. That's going to make me feel good. That's going to make me, And see, I don't know if it's the sage, it's the candles, it's the word God, it's the word divine, or what it is to make you feel like God's way is always comfortable, or God's way is always so just not. Sometimes off top is not. Sometimes it's extremely uncomfortable. But if you are under the guidance of the Most High, you are also under the protection of the Most High. And if you trust that, not only will you get a good feeling, but it will be bliss. Bliss, I tell you. Bliss. It will be peace that surpasses understanding. Like you couldn't even describe it to people. It will be abundance that you never even imagined. It will be open doors that you thought would never open. It will be healing that you thought would never happen. That the doctors tell you, oh, it's not curable. Oh, you got So the word today, because I could go on, and I'm not. I'm not. I give thanks for this moment and sharing this word. And I desire that the word is clear. It's clear. I desire that the word is clear and can be heard. But the word today is to remind us, as spiritual beings, it is a part of our being to be disciplined, devoted, and to make sacrifice. It is not for transactional reasons. Oh, I'm going to do this so that my life can get better. Oh, I'm going to do this so I can feel better. Oh, I'm going to do this so I can be stress-free. That is the fragrance of you being what you're supposed to be. That is the blessing. That is the enjoyment that we are privileged with when we be who we supposed to be. We are supposed, as spiritual beings, we are supposed to be disciplined, devoted, and make sacrifice daily. Because that's how we prepare our temple to allow God to work through it. Just think about it. How many people have been into beautiful temples? How many people have been into beautiful temples? I don't know. If you have not visited a beautiful temple before, I ask you to visit them. If you're in Atlanta, we have a lot of beautiful temples around Atlanta. Buddhist temples, we have masjids, we have beautiful churches. Go into a beautiful temple, one that is kept, one where the stewards of that temple are disciplined when it comes to keeping it, devoted to keeping it, and they often make sacrifice to keep that temple. And I know we're talking about a physical form, but y'all get the drift, right? What's understood don't need to be explained, right? I grew up in the church. I know that when it was time to build up the temple and make it a little bit more beautiful and put some better lighting and put some better, the church made sacrifices. They sacrificed their money, they sacrificed their time, and they were devoted. Y'all ever met a devoted usher? Man, what? Y'all will learn how to be devoted today. Meet a devoted Southern Baptist usher. I ain't gonna just put the Southern Baptist, the Church of God in Christ too, the holiness, the Pentecostal, meet a devoted. You will learn. Y'all gonna learn today. And discipline, we gotta be disciplined to keep the church. I grew up in church, meaning you ain't gonna chew no gum, drink no water. I don't care what is happening. You're gonna keep this temple holy. And you have to be disciplined there. You're not gonna run up in here. You're not gonna bring anything in here that's gonna contaminate it. You're gonna watch the way you talk up in here. You're gonna watch the way you vibe up in here. Ain't gonna be no arguments. Take it to the fellowship hall. Take it outside. Ain't gonna be no, none of that vibes. Keep it holy. Now translate everything that I just said to you as the temple. How do we not feel? We treat the physical temple that way because of the spiritual word that has been given to us to tell us how we should keep ourselves, our lives, it's not just our body. Eating well is not the only way you take care of your temple. And the body is not just the physical body. Your body, what we talk about spiritual, when we talk about body, it's talking about your mind, your physical body, your home, your family, your career, everything that's a part of you is your body. Everything. Can God work through everything in your life? Can God work through everything? Can we see God through everything in your life? Can we see God through the way you eat, through the way you speak, through the way you move, through the way you make decisions, through the way you handle situations, can we see God? Because what else are we here for? God likes to see itself. And we're here to be temples of the Almighty, vessels of the Almighty. There are many ways in our lives that we can do that. Ask that question in your head often. Can God see itself through me? Through the way I rear my children, through the way I make decisions, through the way, and when I say God, listen, y'all, if you are not a part of OU Ministries, if you haven't tuned in to these spaces and times where we reason like this, please do more so you can really understand what I mean when I'm talking about God. I'm not talking about anything separate from you. I'm not talking about a man. I'm not talking about nothing in heaven. I'm not talking about any kind of punitive command giving, punishment handing out entity. That's not what I'm talking about when I'm talking about God. God is the infinite reality of good, of goodness, the infinite reality of expansion and abundance and growth and light. That's what God is. And the best, one of the most obedient temples and vessels of God is nature. Everything in nature submits. Everything in nature. That's why we can learn so much from it. Study nature, be with nature, study the animal totems, study the elements, study the cosmos, study astrology, study it. Study the weather patterns, study all of it. It'll teach you something about God. Can we see God through your life? Because you've been given your cycles of life, your situations. Your cycles of life are your situations. Your cycles of life is your trauma. Your cycles of life, just like the cycles of the season, you have them. So don't take it lightly. The situations that you're going through, the troubles that you find yourself having, the victories that you find, all of it is a part of the work of God to see itself through you. Not just for the sake of your enjoyment, but for the sake of the collective being able to see God, learn God, know God, be assured about God, so that they can also do their job to allow God to see itself through you, through them. Ashe. Is the word clear, y'all? Is the word clear? I think the word is clear. I think the word is clear. I accept. Do you accept that you are here? Do you accept that your whole life and your purpose of being is to be a vessel of God? Is to be here to allow God to be able to show itself through you. If you were clear about that, then please understand it's going to take a level of what? Y'all said, it's going to take a level of what? What is it going to take? What is it going to take? So we can constantly be reminded, and let us not look at this as, oh God, oh, it's going to take this. Be grateful. That's the least that we can do with the amount of grace that we have, with the amount of capacity and infinite potential. I just got tingles from just the thought of the potential. God Almighty, give thanks. We've been fooled to believe that these things in this world has value. Oh, you haven't seen. You haven't seen. Do your job. Thank y'all. Be disciplined. Be devoted. Make your sacrifice. And just see. You think what you have experienced is something. And some of y'all got some beautiful testimonies, if not all of y'all. Some of y'all walking in a testimony right now. Some of y'all got a testimony on your lip that if I open the testimony service, we'll be out here shouting, I had a time, but I ain't got my tambourine with me. Some of y'all have it right now, but guess what? You ain't seen nothing yet. Some of y'all are quite disciplined, quite devoted, and make your sacrifices. Keep it up. Do more. Hone in and just watch. Just watch. Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch. And I give thanks for the Almighty. And oh God, thank you for letting it be enjoyable in the process. But I'm doing it for the sake of God. I'm doing it for the sake of God to be able to be seen through me. If God can't be seen through it, I don't want no parts of it. Ashe. All right. So for the meditation today, because we got a few minutes, I do want to lead us in a brief meditation where we peel away the distractions and we connect with the vibration of discipline, devotion, and sacrifice, which ultimately, y'all, is surrender. That's all that is, surrender, submit. So in this meditation, let us connect with the vibration of surrender. Let us connect with the vibration of surrender. So let us find ourselves in a comfortable position. Let us set our intention to, in this brief meditation, we are going to fully surrender. Surrender our minds, surrender our hearts, surrender our souls, surrender our bodies to the beautiful assignment to be a vessel of God itself. Let us surrender those things of the sense consciousness, of the carnal mind, of the carnal world. Let's just surrender it all and be empty, be free for God to fill us up. and show itself through us. Find yourself in a comfortable position. You don't need to see me. All you need to do is hear me. So I'm going to turn my video off. And as you get comfortable, begin to connect with your breath. Taking deep inhales in through the nose. Allowing it to slowly exhale through the mouth. Giving thanks for the word for today. Assuring us that as we surrender, we can walk in our destiny to be a beautiful reflection of God in our own individual ways, through our own God-given talents and gifts, through our own rearing of our children, through our own governance of our territory. We give thanks that we understand surrender, that we can submit to the notion that not only are we able to surrender, but if we do, the treasure, the glory, the fruit is so abundant. As you settle in for the meditation, take deep breaths in through the nose, inhaling deep as you can, slow, deep inhales, and allow it to exhale through the mouth, slowly and completely. Notice how as you do these beautiful, slow, deep inhales, how the body expands and stretches. And as you exhale, the body relaxes. Allow yourself to relax. A part of the art of surrender is relaxation. Allow your shoulders, your arms, your hands to relax. Allow your heart, your chest to relax. As you continue to breathe, inhaling and exhaling slowly, allow your hips to release, relax. Your joints to relax. Allow a wave of relaxation flow all the way through the body. Totally release. Totally surrendering to the moment. Nothing to think about. Nothing to contemplate. Absolutely nothing to figure out. Just surrender to the moment. Relax. Continue to breathe and surrender. As you continue to inhale, allow your heart to expand and relax, releasing all heaviness of the heart. The heart is where sadness settles in. The heart is where resentment settles in. The heart is where anxiety settles in. As you inhale and exhale, allow your heart to relax. Totally surrender. In this moment, there are no labels on you. There are no names, no expectations, no responsibilities. Allow yourself to just be here, now, fully relaxed, with the ability to breathe deeply and exhale completely and relax. As you are here and you are just being, appreciate the life flowing through your body. Appreciate the energy that allows the heart to beat, the blood to pump. This energy that allows you to breathe without thinking, that allows your heart to pump without you controlling it. It is a reflection of God, the divine intelligence of the Almighty, the power, the might, the strength. This divine intelligence knows exactly you who needs healing, knows exactly what the body needs. And oh, how intelligent it is. It produces the right cells. It produces the correct amount of blood. It detoxes naturally. It builds naturally. Even when you need an increase in detox or nutrients, it does what it needs to do naturally. Just as the breast does when the baby is ill, that is divine intelligence. That is God. This is what we naturally have access to, not only for healing, but for our abundance. The things we need in life, the resources we need in life, material and human, for us to not only acquire those things we need, but also those things that we desire. Without our control, without our efforts, there's a divine intelligence moving through the land. Moving through your territory, moving through your world, moving through your body, not just your physical body, but everything in connection to you, seen and unseen, is working to bring you your own. Will you submit to the grace? You as co-creators, you who often get in the way, will you allow yourself to breathe deeply? Exhale completely and allow. Allow grace to work in your life. Allow grace to lead and guide you. Allow yourself to obey the guidance. First time it's given, with no doubt, but with knowing, with trusting. That which shows up to you as intuition, as divine nudgings, as divine inspiration. Will you allow yourself to surrender? Will you sacrifice the fear? Sacrifice the comfort zones. Sacrifice the anxiety and stand firm in your knowing that you are being guided by God itself. As you are guided, you are on the right path no matter what ego tells you. Will you be stronger, mightier in your fight? Yield not to temptation. Yield not to the temptation to fear, to worry, to overthink, to doubt. Will you surrender to strength, power in God, flowing through you? Not your strength, not your power, not your intelligence, but the strength, power, and intelligence of God flowing through you. As you continue to inhale and exhale, practice surrendering. Every inhale you do, every exhale you do in this moment, surrender. Surrender every situation. Surrender every quote unquote mistake. Surrender every embarrassment, every violation, every worry, every concern, every fear. As you continue to breathe deeply and exhale completely, practice surrender. Take one last deep breath in through the nose. Hold that breath as long as you can. And when you're ready, slowly release the breath. Allow the body to melt into the surface and relax. Relax in stillness. Relax in the moment. Giving thanks for renewal of the mind and spirit. Giving thanks for reminders, reminding us of what we are as vessels, temples of the will of God. Giving thanks for rejuvenation as we are on this journey. May we be still enough to see the beauty in the journey. May we continue every day, every hour, every moment, every second to surrender. And we give thanks for the breath that assists us on our journey. Ashe. 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 Amen. Amen. You may come back to the present moment, maybe by wiggling your fingers and toes. Becoming present in your space. We give thanks for this moment as we get ready to close. I want to share a word from Baba Muji, whom I love to quote on our Sunday meditations. I speak that one day he will join us. I'm being audacious enough to speak that he will join us one day. We will join him. I just want to share a word from him, if you all don't mind. All is well, everyone is well, everyone here. Ooh, surrendering. I don't know about y'all, but surrendering makes me feel good. Surrendering, it relaxes the mind, the body. It gives room for spirit. I know I can't be the only one that feels that way. So we give thanks for this moment of surrenderance this morning. Give thanks. My heart was feeling a little heavy when I started. It's just, my heart goes out for individuals who are stuck in the old and resisting the new. Because on one end, my heart goes out to them. On other ends, it's frustrating because it's like, but it's honey over here. It's gold over here. It's the goodness is over here. Surrender, come on. But everyone has to play their own, walk their own journey. But give thanks because we can all stand in the gap. So I do ask that as you experience, as what Sister is saying, the ecstasy of surrender, that you stand in the gap for your friends and family and co-workers and whomever, just for the collective. Let us stand in the gap and pray and speak that as a collective, we will be more courageous. We will be more diligent and resilient. We will be stronger. We will be stronger. And surrender. And surrender. Because ego can be tough. Ego can be tough. All right. Give thanks. All right, you all still here? My sound is still good as I share this last word, and then we'll close for the day. Okay, good. Thank you. Okay. This is from Muji's book, White Fire, the book that I usually show. I don't have it in physical form, but I have, of course, both forms, my electronic as well as the book. I love to have the physical book. So this is from his book, White Fire, Spiritual Insights and Teachings of Master Muji. He says, don't be a storehouse of memories. Leave past, future, and even present thoughts behind. Be a witness to life unfolding by itself. Be free of all attachments, fears, and concerns by keeping your mind inside your own heart. Rest in being. Like this, your life is always fresh and imbued with pure joy and timeless presence. Be happy, wise, and free. Don't be a storehouse of memories. Leave past, future, and even present thoughts behind. Be a witness to life unfolding by itself. Be free of all attachment, fears, and concerns by keeping your mind inside your own heart. Rest in being. Like this, your life is always fresh and imbued with pure joy and timeless presence. Be happy, wise, and free. Ashe. Give thanks. We give thanks for Baba Muji. Thank you all for tuning in. I speak that we will have a beautiful, protected, and guided week. That beautiful surprises will come to us every single day. And we will surrender so that they can flow through us freely. Ashe. Ashe. Asheo. Amen. 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 Thank you all. Give thanks so much for sharing this moment with me, for giving me space and time to share. Thank you so much in London for tuning in. My family from London, thank you so much for tuning in. I give thanks and love and light to you. Give thanks for everyone who's tuned in. Give thanks for those who are healing. I just give thanks for your trust, 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 trust. Okay, and surrender. Trust and surrender. Love and light, y'all. Listen, I say I love y'all and I mean it. I say I love y'all and I mean it.